Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I have this Yuntab 10.1 inch tablet available for under $90 on Amazon. So there's really nothing around the box. It's just a plain old box here. A little bit dirty, if I were to say so myself. Inside you get the tablet itself. I got mine in black. And by the way, I want to thank Yuntab for sending this in. And here you have the micro USB wall outlet to recharge the tablet. Oh, nice. So you get an extra screen protector, a user guide manual, and then another micro USB cable if you want to recharge it or connect it to your computer. So the tablet just has a hard plastic back here. Then there's two speaker grills on the bottom. It's probably only emits through one side, but we'll check that out later on. Then a camera here. Then if you open this up, you've got a micro SD card slot and two SIM trays, micro USB port to recharge the tablet. And on the side here, we got the 3.5mm headphone jack, volume controls, a power button, and I think that's a reset button there. Nothing else around the side. Then on front, you have the front megapixel camera there. Okay, so inside of this thing is an Android 5.1 with 1 gig of RAM. 1 gig of RAM is just really low, but since it's under $90, I guess I'll kind of give it a pass because this might come down in price or something. So the model is K17, Android 5.1 here. And let's see how much storage is in here. And this is also running on a MTK 6580 quad-core processor. So this is my first time actually using a tablet that has a MTK 6580 processor. About 12 gigs of space available. There's a little bit of bloatware here, like Netflix I noticed, for example, FM radio. Netflix is something that a lot of people are going to use, so I guess that's okay. And yeah, there's not much else. I mean, there's pre-installed YouTube, and you got a few widgets here and there. And then this has a 1280 by 800 IPS display, so you know, no problems with the viewing angles. And it can get pretty bright here. Screen bleed is kind of hard to detect because it's in all black. So that's another good thing about it. I do like the look of it being all black and everything. I guess it's a personal preference because the front and back are black. So yeah. There's also Bluetooth 4.0 on this. Okay, so the camera is pretty zoomed in onto the actual photo. Oh, and there's flash on here. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't notice the flash back there. I guess that's useful for some people. Let's do it without the flash again. It's actually a little better than expected. This is actually tolerable than others from what I've seen. And there's a 0.3 front megapixel camera. Let's see how that is. I don't want to show my face, but yeah, we'll do it like this. I mean, certainly not as good as the AOSIN R103 tablet, because you know that has a 2 megapixel front and 5 megapixel rear camera, but still, this is acceptable than most others that I've tried out and tested. On the Antutu benchmark, it gets a score of just under 20,000. Now that's actually a pretty low score. What's interesting though is that I haven't seen much of a slowdown on here, even though there's only 1 gig of RAM. Like everything, all the basic stuff I've been doing is smooth so far, so no problems there. And it looks like there's only a Mali 400 MP GPU on here, and that's also pretty low. So with that MT 6580 clocked at 1.3 gigahertz, so I don't know what to say. The specs are pretty low on this thing, but I mean, I guess checking out some gameplay and other things would help. I also have I'll have the Geekbench multi-score up on the subreddit budget tablets. I'll have a link down below if you want to check that out. A few other things I forgot to mention is that one is when you type, this tends to vibrate. So there's a vibration sensor inside, whatever you call it. So that's actually pretty nice to have. And then this is a search bar on here on the side. I don't know if that's a widget or what, but yeah, it's there and I guess it's useful. I can see this being very useful. So the speaker on the back actually gets kind of loud. That's a good thing. And it doesn't sound too tinny, but it can be covered with a finger. So if you cover this side, it still emits on the other. And if you close this side, it'll still come out through the other. But I think it's more balanced than like the other tablet I've tested. But at the same time, it feels like it's emitting out from here. And when you block it, the sound will just like try to come through out here. Okay, no problem so far. Things are kind of just smooth on this. I don't see a problem at all. No slowdown really. That's actually kind of surprising. Now it's running Android 5.1. I don't have a micro SD card with me, but I don't think you can transfer apps to the SD card. And it supports up to a 30 gig SD card, not 64. That's what it says on the website at least. So I'd go with that. The battery inside of here is a 4500 milliamp hour battery, so that's okay. I would expect you can probably get around 4 hours of on-screen time, maybe a little more. But again, I'll have to test it out more thoroughly later on. Probably going to do a full review for this. Another game we're checking out here is Sonic Dash. It's a free game. And so far, you know, in the beginning, the tutorial, it kind of lagged a little. There was a moment where it just like froze for a second. That was just a split second. But yeah, things are looking a lot better right now. Much more smooth. Alright, this is where I'm starting to see more of a stutter and slowdown. But yeah, overall I must say that this is actually better than what I thought, even with all the specs right there. Because I always like to say, you know, 1 gig of RAM is just too low these days. And I know for a fact that for some apps it's going to be very limiting, like maybe Minecraft or something. Actually, maybe not Minecraft. I'll have to try to check out or buy Minecraft and test it out myself. The next game we're checking out here is Maddened by EA Sports. One thing I gotta say, I think this looks better in landscape mode than portrait mode, like holding it in general, because if you look at the bezels, they're thicker on top and bottom than on the sides. That's just a small thing I thought of. Now this isn't too graphic heavy, but I just thought it would be worth it checking it out. And yeah, so far it's running well. All the games I've tried run pretty well, smoothly. So I don't know, I can test out another game. If you guys have any recommendations for the full review, you know, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, so I'm just searching up something and you can just zoom in and out. Don't know what I did there. Yeah, just expect longer load times than usual if you're used to using high-end devices. So far, so good. I mean, I've noticed a little bit of stuttering here and there, but again, this is still loading right now. One thing to note is that you can play videos at 720p because again it's a 1280 by 800 resolution, so it's not going to be, it's nothing sharp, but it does feel kind of pixelated on a 10-inch screen. But this is something that I've been used to.
This year I'm coming back with all new compact accessories, but this time they're going to be under $30.
This does sound tinny back here. It gets fairly loud. That's the only thing it has going for it. And yeah, one other thing is that the apps look a little bigger. It's almost like things are like magnified or something. But that's just a small thing. And like the battery's already at 63%. Wow. Yeah, everything looks a little bigger. I guess that's a good thing. So it's only been on for 1 hour and 9 minutes, and the battery's already at 63%. So that's not a good sign right there for the battery life. But everything else so far, it looks pretty good. You know, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one.